Hey Star Fam, thanks for tuning in. We are here again today for another quick energy check-in using the Everyday Witch Tarot deck. Alright, so getting right into it. This is just going to be a quick general reading, just to get a quick look to see what the energies are like with Miss Star Fam. Just to see what some of y'all might be going through. Let's see what is going on with my Star Fam. You can feel free to skip through the shuffling if you'd like. Just trying to get in tune with you guys. Find out what's going on with the Star Fam. Okay. So we've got the Nine of Cups. It's the first card out. And the Nine of Cups is about wish fulfillment. It's generally a card of happiness. Having your cups all lined up in a row, so to speak, traditionally anyway. And as we can see, we've got this figure here who looks quite content by herself, by the beach, with her little friends here. But she's definitely very centered, very calm. As you can see, the water by the beach itself is quite calm. She's centered and content and just at peace. You could definitely see the happiness and the serenity on her face. So this could be where you are right now, being quite happy, in your circumstances, which is always good. It could be what you're aspiring for. It could be you dreaming of being by the beach, going on holiday, just thinking about things that you can do for yourself to make you happy. That's, not necessarily about spending money or anything. As you can see, okay, yeah, she's got the cups, but it's more of an emotional abundance in this situation as opposed to the actual physicality and the actual price, I guess, of the cups themselves, the value of the cups themselves. So it's very much an inner contentment that's not necessarily based on actual monetary prosperity. Do you know what I mean? Like, for example, a nice walk on the beach, or even just to go for a hike, because we've also got mountains in the background. You know what I mean? And just getting away from everything, going on holiday, or if you do actually live by a seaside somewhere, just taking some time out to go and be with nature. Again, it doesn't necessarily have to be by water. It could be by a forest as well too, but the point is to just be content and balanced and connected with nature and the, I guess, energies of life, and I want to say the universe even, but yeah, let's see what else. Okay, so the next card out is a Page of Swords. Now, the Page of Swords is pages could be young people, um, or they could be new inspirations, new beginnings, messages coming in. Pages are usually like, emails, messages. It could be doing some kind of, research yourself if you're trying to research some kind of getaway, some kind of retreat, some kind of, like trip camping by the sea, in the forest. You know, it could be the new idea, the new inspiration, to want to get away from it all, or to start prioritizing your own emotional happiness. But I mean, there's definitely something about research. Again, it could be researching prices for flights, researching campsites, but it could also be just spiritual research as well. Again, maybe you've recently gotten back into spirituality, and now you're really beginning to take the search for the truth a little bit more seriously than you have before in the past. Because, yeah, I keep wanting to come back to the books. It looks like, I mean, obviously he's a young person, so it's like he's got his knapsack and all of his, his school books. So there is some kind of learning going on, learning about a truth. But I mean, still being in the early stages of this new research, this new interest that you have on getting more information as to what your actual truth is, your own inner truth, the inner truth about what makes you really happy, what it is that you really want from life. If it's about a spiritual or religion thing, it's like about what you resonate with. If you're, like if you grew up with a more traditional religion that your family belonged to, but the more you, the more you grow older and the more questions you have, the more you might find yourself straying away from the more traditional religions and looking for like the more alternative or like new agey things. And it's like you literally just kind of having this new curiosity to learn about all these different subjects to help you get back to yourself, and what resonates with you and what really makes your soul and your heart and yourself happy. Because even with the broom in the background, the broom is, traditionally we sweep out the old, get rid of all the dirt, as you will, the dust off of the ground, And even in the back here, it looks like he's swept up everything behind him because look, it's all clean behind him. He hasn't even got really much of a background. It's just, it's just white, right? But, and again, this is the speaking of the Witch's Tarot. Broom's also, about travel as well too, because witches, they fly in their brooms and all. So, it could be you traveling to learn something. Again, this could be some kind of a retreat that you want to go on, like a spiritual retreat. That you might be thinking about going to. Again, it might just be a spa. One of those meditational retreat things it could be. Somewhere where you can learn more about, your higher being and how to tap into it. Interesting stuff, guys. Let's see what else the cards have to say, see if we can get a little bit more information as to what you guys are really up to. Alright, so got quite a bit here. Alright, let's see what came out next. Got the Page of Wands. Okay, yeah, so I actually kind of want to put that here. And then we had these ones come out. The Nine of Pentacles, Three of Swords, the Fool, the Six of Cups, the Sun, Ace of Wands, and the Three of Wands. Sorry guys, just want to get this all arranged so that you can see everything clearly. Alright. Okay, so the next card that came out was another page. Got the Page of Wands here. And again, this could be a young person, but it's weird because it's like you're presenting as a page, pages. So it could be that you are, again, it's a new spiritual path that you're starting to take. And so the reason why you're presenting as a page is because, you know, obviously you're just beginning, really, or at least you feel like this is that you're just beginning, and so you're still feeling like, you know, a little bit inexperienced, as the pages are. You know, so again, what I'm seeing here is the, you know, the new path that you're wanting to go down. You know, this Page of Wands here kind of reminds me of the Fool, you know, and you do have the Fool here as well too, because they both imply a new start, a new beginning, a new step, a new path. You know what I mean? So there's definitely some kind of new beginning. With the wands again, this is a fire sign. The wands represent fire. So creativity, passion, motivation, drive as well too. You know, so I feel like in this situation, it's like, it's almost kind of reminding me of like the way that the cat is winking, you know, kind of reminds me a little bit of the Cheshire Cat, you know, in Alice in Wonderland when Alice is lost and, you know, she comes at that crossroads and doesn't know which way to go. And so she runs into the Cheshire Cat and, you know, it's about finding her own way, you know, and the same with you. It's about finding your own way, and I want to say trusting in the signs around you. You know, it could be like a black cat crossing your path. I know a lot of people will say that that's bad luck or something, but if it's like, I don't know, maybe you dreamt of a black cat or something, and then the next day you know, you're walking home and then you see that black cat from your dreams or one similar, like, you know what I mean? And it's like you start to see little signs and things. You know, those synchronicities and things are there, kind of to show you that you're on the right path. You know what I mean? So again, it's about coming more into center with yourself and kind of trusting the universe and kind of like reading the signs that Mother Earth sends us. You know, again, like for example, that last example that I told you about, dreaming of the cat, or, you know, it could be anything. Maybe some birds. It could be something that you think to yourself like, I wonder if that's the way I go. If this is the right direction, if I should go down this path. And the second that you say that to yourself, you just hear like a bird start chirping or something like that, and it sounds like a chirp in agreement. You know what I mean? And things like that, and just kind of like following your intuition and learning to trust nature and the universe, opening up your psychic senses. and kind of trusting the signs that the universe sends you. And that will help you find your path, if that is something that you have been worried about. Sorry, I'm just trying to get everything back into focus, guys, into shot. Okay, so now let's tackle this line down here. Okay, so at a glance, this kind of looks like, I'm going to get into all the cards separately in a second, but just kind of looking at it, it looks like this new beginning is coming out of a place where you've kind of been on your own and good and happy on your own, enjoying the fruits of your own labor. You've been single, you've been successful. I mean, you're good, you know what I mean? Because that's what the Nine of Pentacles is all about. It's about being happy, being successful, enjoying all of your monetary prosperities, your earthly pleasures. You know, you got your house, you got your car, you got your, you know, you're drinking your fine wines, and you got your good food, and you can just kick back and relax, you know, and really enjoy the fruit of your labors. You know what I mean? And I feel like, although that's where you've been for a long time, it kind of is like this was because of some sort of heartache that you had gone through, right? And so kind of as a way to deal with this, you kind of just, I don't know, I want to feel like, not thrown yourself into work, but it's like you really, I mean, that could have been it as well too. In order to get to the Nine of Pentacles, we'd have to do the 8, and it is enjoying the fruits of your labor. But, you know, you'd finally reached a point where it no longer hurt anymore, and that was due to you working as hard as you doing, and you throwing yourself into work. And now you're in a position where, okay, yeah, things didn't work out really well, but you know, I'm still grateful for all the things that I do have, you know, and just maybe taking that time out to just really be solitary and just be by yourself. You know what I mean? And just not have to think about relationships and other people and, you know, other people's feelings. And I mean, not in a selfish way, but like sometimes you really do need that time to have that self-love and, you know, just have a break in between relationships, you know, especially if it's something that really hurt, you know, if you guys didn't end on fantastic terms. You know, it's good to have that chance to really reflect and have that chance to heal your heart, you know? And I kind of feel like you've done that, and now that you're feeling a little bit better, you're kind of ready for that new start, okay? And that's with the Fool card here. Now, the Fool card, we've got some major arcana, and it's about that that drive, that motivation, almost that like you know, like that innocent motivation to do something crazy, and just, you know, that screw it, let's do it attitude, you know? And that's from coming out of this heartache, you know? You're like, okay, it's been great. I'm being on my own and like, you know, being balanced and enjoying myself, but now I'm ready for a new adventure, you know? And it could be a new trip somewhere, again, because we're talking about maybe taking that trip to a spa or to like your retreat, or it could be some kind of other similar sort of pilgrimage of sorts, you know, and you're ready and you're pumped, you know, you've got that motivation, that new motivation to look for that new path, you know, now that you're healed and you're in a good place, you're in a better place, you can afford it now. You know, you've got both the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. So this is like contentment, not just, you know, the emotional, but also like the security, the comfort, the physical contentment as well, too. That prosperity, like emotional and physical prosperity, you know? Um, and I feel like with the Six of Cups, this is a card of nostalgia. Um, Sometimes it is about reunion, so it could be that someone from the past is coming back. Um, maybe the person who did you wrong or whoever made you feel like this came back with an apology. Um, and obviously not necessarily that you've taken them back or anything, but at least just getting the apology gave you closure. But again, it's also about like family nostalgia memories. So I think maybe at some point in time you were able to repair some relationships with your friends or your family um, that might have suffered when you were going through this period, or even the solitude. Um, and I feel like maybe there was some kind of reawakening, some kind of illumination, because we've got the sun here. Um, and I feel like it illuminated more than just the initial hurt of whatever caused this. Like, whatever this hurt was, like, had like a domino effect. And not quite a domino effect, but it's like you kind of pulled at the thread and like everything kind of unraveled, and it's like you finally got to the center of what the real childhood trauma hurt was, you know. Maybe you had a weird relationship dynamic cycle and you couldn't figure out why it is you always like attracted the same kind of people in your life, you know what I mean? But after like whatever this hurt was, and maybe journaling helped, but looking back, it kind of illuminated maybe a past childhood trauma or something that caused you to fall into the patterns that you had fallen into. And this kind of illuminated it. But I feel like it was definitely forgiven, you know? And by healing this, whatever separate it was, healed something in your family, some kind of family rift is what I kind of feel from these cards, you know? Or if not, if it hasn't yet already, I do see you maybe making a return back to your family to make these amends, you know? Or maybe it's really just to go and spend time with your family and your friends and just, just come out of this solitary energy and just be with the people you love, who will celebrate you, the people who've always been there for you, old family, I mean old friends who are like family and actual family themselves, and just be content, and heal and be happy, and they'll always be there for you whenever you are ready to take that new step forward, you know what I mean, and start anew with your life. No matter what new direction you're going to take. I feel like this, you might have been coming from like out of a dark night of a soul, not recently, but like, I want to say at least 3 to 6 months out from one. Something like that, guys. Again, take it as it resonates. Okay, because it's a general reading. But anyway, so the next card out is the Ace of Wands, right? And the aces are about new beginnings. So again, coming back to having a new passion, or maybe just like resurrecting old passions so that they're like new again. You know what I mean? And this again comes back to the that feeling inspired, feeling inspired to take a new step and move forward in a new direction, even if it means kind of backtracking a bit and doing a little bit of healing before you make the massive leap. But at least there's definitely forward moving as far as tying up whatever past loose ends and moving forward with your life, you know? And it's not necessarily just like spiritually, although I do see a lot of that. You're definitely moving forward, not just in the physical realm, as in what you plan on doing, actions you take in your life and what you're manifesting, but also in your understanding of life, your connection to spirit, and how you and the universe co-create your life. As opposed to always feeling like you're kind of having to do it all on your own. Obviously, yeah, as humans, there's a lot that we have to do on our own with our own two hands and things, but it's about trusting the process and trusting that things will work out in the end for you, because spirit will meet you halfway, and just having that trust in the universe that once you start putting things into motion, the universe will respond and will help co-create with you. And they will give you the signs that you need to get you on the right path, right? To whatever new beginnings and new ideas that you can conjure up for yourself. And really focus on and move towards and take action upon. Because again, the Ace of Wands going to the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands is like making the first step. And in this situation, it looks like she's very much putting a lot of her energy into what it is that she's conjuring up. You know what I mean? So again, it's about knowing that that fire, that energy, that creative force, the magic, it is within you. And definitely about looking forward to your future now, Like, look, you're absolutely pumped, ready to go. Things are better at home with your family. So you're feeling more balanced, at peace in your home life, and you're ready. You know what you want now. You've done the internal work, and you're now pumped and ready to go and take action. Could be making a family as well too. But definitely there's some kind of happiness and some kind of healing, all right? And whatever ideas it is that you come up with, stick with it, because it will be profitable. But I mean, again, at this point, it doesn't even feel like you doing something because it's going to be profitable. This feels more like a labor of love that you're going to put into, which I kind of feel like is going back to the really learning more about your spirituality, because that's the kind of thing where, it's more of a spiritual prosperity. You can't really put a monetary value on that. But you are very much looking forward to working on your new goals, really putting that energy into those new goals, that new beginning, the new path, that new lease on life, that new happiness. You know what I mean? That contentment, right? This is a really lovely reading, you guys. Like, really. This is really good and really positive. Like, honestly. There's definitely going to be a lot of progression, not just like mentally, but emotionally and spiritually. And it will be very prosperous for you in the end. You know what I mean? Because you do have a lot of excellent cards about contentment, happiness, prosperity. You know what I mean? Alright, guys. I'm going to leave that there for now. I hope this resonated. I mean, congratulations to whoever this is. You're doing great, fan. You know, and I'm very proud of you. You know, I really do hope you enjoy this new lease of life and, you know, really grab life by the horns and, you know, enjoy it. You know, summer's here. You know, so it's a time to be happy and enjoy ourselves, you know? It's a great time for a new start and a new beginning, right? Anyways, you guys, please be sure to like if you did like it. And, you know, if you'd like to hear more from me, be sure to subscribe. Let me know if it resonated. I hope it did, because this is fantastic. And if you guys are all doing this great, then awesome stuff. All right, guys, take care, and I'll see you again soon.